Hello folks. Now, the station accessory kit, we're now doing the book stall, and I'm not doing the book stall. Now, I've already built one, and this was my first attempt, and it didn't really come out the way that I wanted it to. So I decided I was going to have another go. It's not a difficult kit to do, it's not, but there are certain bits of it that can cause problems. And the main bit is the front. This is only what I found. The main bit is this front bit, because you're trying to get, the instructions say to put the shelf in first, and I found with this kit that it was a wee bit difficult. So what I did was I put in the floor first. That gives us the basic shape of the angles, and then I put in the shelf, the counter. Now the counter, it shows you how to cut it, but when you go to put it in, you are going to have to take wee bits out to make it. You've still got to make it fit. I found that the bit that sits on the ledge here was slightly too broad for the hole, so you had to get a wee bit off. And once you got that bit in, then you can fit these two bits in. That's the only bit I really found was a wee bit difficult. Also, although the roof just fits on, that's fine. I think the kit could benefit from a duplicate of the floor being put in at the top to keep the shape uniformly. So that's the two things that I found. As you can see, I've got the back wall in, and I've got the square to make sure that it's perpendicular to the floor, so that we've got it right and everything's fine. It's a footery kit, but it's not a difficult kit. It's more a footery. You've got to fit it in to suit. If I was doing it again, I would be cutting two floors, one for the bottom and one for the top, so that these bits here are kept the same shape the whole way up, because I found that these bits here were twisting out of the, and once this wall's set, I will fit in this other bit I've cut out to fit. Once that's, when you've got to wait till this is totally set before you can tackle it, otherwise the wall's just going to fall. They're great wee kits. I don't expect every kit that you do is going to be straightforward. The other thing is, you get a sheet of wee newspapers that you cut out, you fold them in half, you glue them together, you cut them into individual ones, of course, then you fold them in half, and then you stick them. This one's no got them. You stick them onto the newspaper stand. So that's in there, and in there, and in there. That's the way that I did it, and I found it quite beneficial actually. It's my first attempt was not a good attempt, I didn't think. So I said, no, I'm going to do this again, just to see if I can improve on it. And being quite honest about it, I think I have this time. The second one's not. These bits didn't fit in right. You can see there's a taper there on this, and that shouldn't be there. This one's wee bit better. It's not quite as bad, but as I say, it's a first attempt, and there was bits that wall should be thingy on that, I think. So that should probably be sorted. But obviously, to get the wall hitting this, so we'll see what happens this time. But and then you've got the roof, the cover layer for the roof, which fits over the roof like that. We'll turn this upside down. you've got the wee bits cut out, and then the bits round about the side, they got all folded over. They got all folded over and glued to make the roof. So, hello again. So the next, what I'm going to show you now is, I'm going to show you putting the roof onto the roof cover layer, which is that, and this is the roof itself. So we'll get my glue stick. And glue it all over. Making sure that all the, especially around about the edges, and then put it bang in the centre so that all the wee tabs are showing right round. Put the top back on the glue stick. And just make sure that it's any glue that comes out the side, you're actually better using the rule to get rid of it. Just watch you don't get any glue on the outside. We watch the glue. That was what I found at the very start when I started doing these kits, trying to keep. Right, we're going to leave that to dry. Just like you see, it's really self-explanatory actually. Just plenty of glue. Without getting any glue on your fingers, you just gently fold that down and then rub your finger along it, and then you'll find you've got an overhang. And it's just a question of using the rule to fold it over, and then a wee bit of finger pressure to again any excess glue, just wipe it away with the rule. Making sure, of course, that there's no air in that back edge. And then, of course, it's just a question of going round all of the flaps doing the same. It's great how just by folding round bits of paper round corners like this, it gives the effect that it does, you know. It's the guy with Scalescenes, who was one of the first to bring this out, really must have had a lot of thought when you put it in these kits. I just don't. I used to be a Metcalf building man, you know. It was always Metcalf I went for, but the only thing with them is there's no interiors, or very few have got interiors in them, and I don't like that. I like to have as much detail as possible. And there you have it, all folded over. That was a wee bit, but both these ends are a wee bit neat going round the corner, if you know what I mean. But there you are, there's the roof, all on, and just there's the thing there, but just sits on like that. But again, I've still got this reinforcer to put in. I really think that makes the difference in this kit. But until I get a bit of paper to make it it should be the same as that, because that'll not be seen now when that goes in. So when I get that done, I'll be back. Hello folks.